everyone surviving so far. No, they are not. Getting hit.
Look at Corsair, what a move! That's some late braking, and that's what you want to see.
Lots of pressure put on the McLaren driver, but he's dealing with it like a boss.
Stick green, but only I'm saying I think stick it's a little bit too much curve. Not just a soft there, I think Hello and welcome guys to the stream. Hope everyone is doing well. Just checking my stream and that is all working because both the cameras stopped working at this before I started the stream. But I think everything is currently working. If not, just let me know in the chat and I will try and sort it. Well, it looks like everything's working at the moment. So tonight we have round 6 of the PLR World Tour, the penultimate round. Next week will be the final. We've got a very popular track for us. We've done quite a bit of racing here at Watkins Glen. Quite like the track. It is a good track. Fair amount of overtaking opportunities. But the biggest thing you're going to notice tonight is, you might not actually be able to see because of the stream overlay, but the track temp is 38 degrees right now. And the race, okay, the race is 44 degrees it starts, and it drops to about 28 degrees by the end of the race. 70 minutes, 5 times multiplier. So it starts 4 PM in game, and it finishes at 9 o'clock in game, even though it's just an hour race. So quite high times multiplier, very high temperatures. 70 minutes, so an extra 10 minutes than usual. No mandatory pit stop, no refueling or tyre change. So strategy is going to be a big part of tonight, because you can either just refuel. Well, the first one that a lot of people might do is just don't pit at all. Fuel and tyre save. Very hot temps, but you can fuel and tyre save, get to the end. Some people will tyre save and just refuel halfway through, or refuel right near the end, just a couple litres. Some people will do what we will be doing, which is pit halfway through and just do a full pit stop, because my fuel won't last the entire race. I will have to stop for fuel, so it's not worth not changing tyres in my opinion, because temps are going to be so hot. But there is a few drivers that might be able to go the whole race without adding fuel or changing tyres, so those ones are going to be very, very quick. But we'll just have to see what we can do tonight. It is going to be quite difficult with the tyres, but I think we'll just pit halfway through, get a fresh set of tyres on, and see how we get on from there. So now we're just going to go and wait on track exit. Pit lane exit, I should say.
Low tire pressure, stay clear of the curbs.
And yeah, 20-minute qualifying session. So see how we get on, and hopefully we can get a good one. We've had a good amount of luck in some of the races at Watkins Glen. A lot can happen in the race, but also it's very easy to get unlucky here. If in sector 1 on the first lap, it's quite narrow, so if anything happens in front of you, it can be quite hard to avoid here. So we do have to be quite careful on the opening laps. But apart from that, it is quite a good track for racing. It's just that first lap you have to be extra careful, especially in the first sector, that if any crashes happen, you don't get tangled up in them, because it's very difficult to avoid. You often see pile-ups in the first sector on lap 1. So we'll see how we get on. Seconds. Long was sat there before we were, so we'll just let him out first. Track is now optimum. I had practiced it in fast, so that's a good sign that it's a fast track. That is an optimum track, sorry. It's a good sign that it's not a fast track. So we'll see how we get on. Yep, full. Oh dear, McLaren died. Maximum push for quali. quite hot temps, I think 38 degrees, but is an optimum track, so we've got a good amount of grip. And we've only got Adam Long in front of us, and he is quick, so we shouldn't have to worry too much about traffic. Unless someone exits the pit lane in front of us. But 19 minutes left to quali. Nice long qualifying session. So we can get a banker lap in, and then we can really push. Just heat up these tyres. Okay, start our first banker lap. Well, it looks like it's going to be a tyre warm-up lap then. The rotation feels amazing in the quali setup compared to the race setup, because it's so much lighter and a lot more aggressive. It's actually an alright banker lap if I hadn't invalidated it at the first corner. A bit of understeer there. Tried to take a little bit too much speed around that left-hander. Okay, so a slow first corner, but this one I just need to make sure I get a banker lap in, then we'll start pushing. Yeah, slow first sector, but that's what I expected. I think I lose about 3/10 when I take it easy in turn 1. If I get it absolutely perfect, I think I gain about 3/10. That's what I found in practice anyway. It's about 3/10 slower to take it easy. Whereas if you push really hard and get a little bit of slip angle in turn 1, you gain anywhere between 3 and 4/10 depending on how good BX is. A little bit of a snap of oversteer there. Okay, so a slow lap, but that's at least a banker lap in, but quite a slow one. About 1.3 off what we did earlier. That wasn't a great turn 1, but still faster. Need at least a 45-1. At least. Not involved.
Please try to stay on the track.
Okay. Yep, so we need at least a high... I think pole's going to be a high 44. In fast track, I did a low 45. So I think in an optimum track, 44 high could be possible. If we did a 45, like, I think it was a 45.3 or 2 on the fast track. It's definitely quite a bit of lap time to find in the lap. Just need to get it all together. Watkins Glen is a track though, you really have to push the full lap. If you take it easy then you just lose time. But now we have a bank of lap in, I can just full send down. I know we've got a lot of time in turn 1. 2 to 3 tenths at least, and then we've got quite a bit of time in this hairpin because I had quite a big snap of oversteer on that banker lap. So I'm going to back off a bit, see what kind of lap time we can do. Tyres aren't quite up to pressure yet, but should be up to pressure by the second lap. Yep, 2.5 tenths in turn 1. Wasn't ideal there, but almost 3 tenths up by the end of the straight. So definitely better.
Yellow flag, be careful there.
No! Ah, complete understeer on the final corner.
Well done, mate. This has been your personal best.
Giving me a bit of damage. I'll do this lap and then pit. Can't believe that final corner just understeered it completely. Tried to take too much speed and just skimmed the wall. No. Return to garage, fix the damage. Lots of time in the lap.
Low tire pressure, stay away
so we need to get that low 45 we had in practice. So far we've only got 46.1, so we really need to get a good lap together. Still 9 minutes to go, so we just need to be nice and smooth, try to get a good lap.
Got some light now again before the car.
I'm not sure what happened there. I think I just clipped the wall. I'm not sure if I misjudged that or I had the screen freeze, because that seemed a bit jumpy when I hit the wall there. A bit laggy, but keep going. So we've got a little bit of time in sector 1 and a lot of time in sector 2 and a lot of time in the final corner as well, because that's where I hit the wall.
Yellow flag in sector 1.
I'm not sure if I just took too much speed or if it was my tyres weren't up to pressure,
Slow car ahead.
because it was only on my second lap, so it might be my tyres weren't up to pressure, but I think I just tried to take a bit too much speed.
Yellow flag ahead. Watch out.
I'm struggling for grip on the outlap. Very undersealy there. And a little bit of time in sector 1, but slow sector 2.
Lap time is invalidating.
You are kidding me. Well, at least we know there's nearly half a second in the final sector there. Just get the middle sector a bit smoother this time, and then we've got half a second in that final sector. little bit of wheel spin.
Yellow flag ahead. Watch out.
Okay, coming on to the final lap. That one was rubbish.
Well done, mate. Your fastest lap so far.
Good T1.
Yellow flag, be careful.
Oh, I've been caught. I've binned it. Pushed too hard there.
Yellow flag in sector 1.
Oh, that was not ideal. We don't have time for another lap. Good lap from the Audi though. How's it going, Grounded? How's it going, Vira? Thanks for tuning in. How's things going? Oh, good. Quali didn't quite hook up the lap. We definitely have a bit more pace in the qualifying lap, so hopefully we can make up some time in the race. Just looking at the laps there. Kind of messed up in the final sector of that lap, and then the final lap we had, I just pushed a little bit too hard to find the time. But we've got a 70-minute race with no mandatory pit stop, so some people will try no pit stop, but they'll have to fuel and tire save because the track is super hot. It's like 44 degrees for the race. And some people will have to pit just for fuel, and some people like myself will pit for fuel and tires. So the race will be very interesting. It'll definitely be a lot about the fuel and not the fuel, but the tire management and the strategies. Enjoyed a day off today and spent some time in the garden. Nice. At least it was good weather today and wasn't pouring like it was over the weekend. Yeah, it's a longer race than usual. It's usually only 60 minutes, but it does give us a bit more freedom with pit stop strategies as well. But it'll be very, very interesting to see what everyone else does. At least on the bright side, we're only a tenth off the quickest Porsche. but we are about 1.1 off pole, so yeah. But as you see, track temp 45 degrees, so very, very hot. So I'm just going to load up the race setup. Right, I'll be back in 1 minute. I'm just going to run to the bathroom before the race. Right. All good. Did you have a good weekend with your friends? Yeah, it was good. We went karting. I also got a helmet whilst I was at karting as well, because I was needing to get one. But the back of it is like the dark blue with white stripes, and the front of it is also dark blue with a white stripe, which matches the branding of the channel. It's got the red on the side and the top, which looks quite good.
30 seconds.
But yeah, got that as well whilst we were there, and yeah, it was quite good.
20 seconds.
So yeah, I got the quickest time out of everyone on track for the sessions that we did, both sessions, and the guy that was in second has said that he's got a cart that can do 70 miles an hour, and that I can go to a track and do like a test day with him. So that will be quite cool, because I think the track carts we did, they were like 40 mile an hour top speed. So it's almost double the speed, which is quite nice. But I'll make sure to get some like rib protectors or something like that. So I've got some protective gear, but got a helmet and gloves and boots, and I'll have a suit as well. Very good. I'll leave you to focus on the rest. Yeah, we'll see what we can do. We've got formation lap now. Do not need to heat up the tyres because it's 44 degrees. Track is Optimum. So the question now is, will the strategy work? Will the strategy work? If it works, then this will be a good race. If it doesn't work, then I'm not sure. But we're playing the long game, because people that don't change tyres, they'll struggle near the end of the race. So we're kind of playing the long game. So hopefully near the end of the race, you'll start to make up some positions, but we'll just have to wait and see. Some people will have to pit and change tyres, some people will just add fuel. It's going to be a very interesting race. Not great quality, still P9 out of however many there is, but a lot slower than we would have liked. But like I say, at least the quickest Porsche was only a tenth quicker than us, but we definitely had a lot more time on the lap. So let's see what we can do. Got the inside line for turn 1 as well, which is nice. And I'm just going to go TC6 just to save the tyres a bit.
Green light, show them where you go. Car on the left, clear on the left. Car on the right, clear on the right. Car on the left.
We lost and gained 1 position.
Clear on the left.
It's past the BMW but lost position to the Assetto. Everyone behaving themselves so far.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Okay, so we survived the first lap. Let's try and make up some positions. How's it going, Zach? Good to hear, Zach. Yeah, all good to hear, thanks. Clean lap 1, so just trying to make up the positions if we can.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Putting the pressure on this fellow Porsche driver. Try create an opening. Very hard to overtake at Watkins, isn't it?
Well done, mate. Personal best.
Corsa's defending as well. Quite early in the race we're defending. Leaders are battling up in front as well. top 4 or 5 it looks like. You can see on the mini-map, and on track as well, just up in front of this group of cars. Everyone's so close looking for overtakes and that. Everyone's battling quite hard, so we need to just try and force a mistake and stay close so that if there is a mistake of a car in front that we can sneak past. You can see on the mini-map no one's spreading out or anything like that, everyone's staying quite close. All losing lap time, as we can see in front, everyone battling quite hard. There's the top 4 just going into the left-hander, and then there's a group of 5 of us, all very, very close, practically bumper to bumper. Want to try not to kill our tyres though with this battling. Thankfully we are going to do a pit, but anyone not pitting will surely have to worry about tyres. That was my bad.
Well done, mate. The fastest step so far.
Thought the Porsche might outbrake himself, so I went for the inside, but there wasn't a gap there. Then got a bad exit and under pressure from the Ferrari. Top 4 on the mini-map are battling hard. And then us, almost a group of 6 or 7 now, all battling hard. Anyone who's not doing a tyre change are going to kill their tyres though. Oh, Aston's made a big mistake. Are we going to get past him?
Clear on the left.
We are indeed. Tried not to push him too wide without tapping the brakes. Top 4 are battling hard, costing themselves lap times though, because they, even though we're battling, they're not really pulling away much. Oh, we get rubbish exit out of the hairpin. That Aston's right in my bum. Gonna have to outbrake him into here.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Top 4 are battling even harder than we are. Saw me going 3 wide, they're just not pulling away at all. You'd expect with us lot battling that the top 4 would have pulled away, but they're still just up in front. That's Ben in P4 in the Mercedes. Be interesting to see how everyone's tyres hold up.
Falling behind to the car in front on sector 3. Well done, mate. Personal best.
It's Ben battling with the Ferrari. Oh, that's Adam. That's our championship rival, just made a mistake. Yeah, Zach, we need to hope for some mistakes. Everyone's battling so hard, there's bound to be more mistakes. But that red Honda is our championship rival. So if we can finish ahead of him, that would be fantastic. But yeah, I mean, this is just going to kill anyone that isn't pitting for tyres or isn't planning on. Is going to kill their tyres just now. We don't have to worry because we're going to pit halfway through for tyres. But anyone trying not to do a pit stop is really going to struggle with the amount of battling we're having here. That's why I've gone higher TC and I'm just trying to save the tyres and hope for mistakes. Because this battling, I mean, look how close. We're 9 minutes in and the top 10 are so bunched up. BMW super deep into there.
Car on the left.
Oh, leave me some space, please.
Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Okay, so there was a crash behind us. I'm not sure what happened there. Went alongside with the Aston and then the Aston died. I had to lift off a bit because of the BMW moving over. And then had the Aston Martin try pass us. I think he binned it on the curb, to be honest. He seemed to just lose it. Yeah, I think he binned it on the curb. I think he clipped that inside curb. We left him space, but I think he's binned it on the curb. I think he took someone with him. Because there was 2 yellow flags. Although I'm finding that when I'm not in the slipstream of a car in front, I am losing so much on the straights. I need to be close enough to be in the slipstream of the car in front, and then I'm fine. But if, like now, I've got a car behind, I'm struggling on the straight. Yeah, we left him space, he just binned it himself, unfortunately. There's our championship rival and that Honda at the front of this 4 cars. BMW's going for a pass on the Aston. Mistake by the BMW on that curb.
Car on the right.
We're going to have to try round the outside, see if he leaves us space. He does, that was very fair racing, gave us space.
Clear on the right.
But we get the inside there and another move. Position, I should say. Nice fair move, he made a mistake and he left us space on the outside. He didn't push me off, so fair racing.
Well done, mate. Personal fastest lap.
This Porsche in front of me is lagging a lot. So his car jumping around through the chicane. It's going to be very difficult to pass him if he starts lagging out. Oh, he's lagging so much. Oh, that's really off-putting. He went into the barrier and then back out. I don't want to take him out either because he's lagging everywhere. But if he lags into us, we'll get damaged, so we've got to be careful with this. Got to try and wait for a mistake from the Porsche. Championship rival battling with someone up there, that red Honda. Oh, that was a mistake by me. A little bit of a mistake by the Porsche as well. That Audi who is at the front of this queue is in P3 and he was on pole, so he's lost his pole position. He's maybe struggling a bit for tyres, I don't know. Adam Long's going for the move. That's the Honda on the left hand side up in front. They're going side by side to the chicane. Honda backs out and under pressure from the BMW now. Need to get back onto the back of this train because at the front of this train is P3 and our championship rivals P4. Massive mistake by the Porsche. That Honda is so close to the back of the Audi up in front.
Gaining on the car in sector 2. Warning for exceeding track limits.
Surprised I got a warning there, but fair enough. Excellent one on the Porsche though.
Yellow flag in sector 1.
lost it on the brakes there. Thankfully didn't go into the wall. Back marker up in front, everyone using for slipstream it looks like. Oh, crash, crash, no! No! Oh, no. So close to avoiding that.
Clear on the left.
Get past our championship rival there in the Honda. He's got heavy damage. We've just got 14 seconds of damage. Oh, I don't know. Someone made through there as well. The other Porsche. I think everyone got put off by that back marker. I'm not sure. I got put off by that back marker. That's why I went on the curb. And I'm not sure someone else had a crash in front. I don't know. About 14 seconds of damage. That could have been worse. But the Audi started bouncing towards me, and the Honda started rejoining. I can't repair this damage, I'll lose too much time. So this is going to be a long race of understeer. But that is our championship rival with a big crash down to P7. But it's going to be hard for us because our straight line speed is going to be rubbish, as is being demonstrated right now.
Car on the right.
Oh, I gave you space.
Clear on the right.
Oh yeah, I've got no straight line speed now.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Oh, there goes the straight line speed. How's it going, Banana? Thanks for tuning in. Okay, so we just lost 2 positions because I just had no straight line speed now. Oh, I had nowhere to go. Honda just started rejoining and I couldn't avoid him. And the BMW went into the back of me because he couldn't avoid it.
Yellow flag in sector 2.
It's all my front aero as well. It's going to give me quite a bit of understeer here. 16 seconds of damage. Can't repair it and tyre change because that's going to be a 46-second pit stop. It's already a gamble getting fresh tyres. Just going to have to see what we can do. And hope we don't get swamped on the straights. Oh, Ferrari had a slide and then the BMW hit the wall. Well, at least this Porsche, I thought he was for position. He's not for position, he's a back marker, I've just realised. The guy for position is about 3.5 seconds back, so that's okay. If I can just stay with someone, then I can at least help my straight line speed. 2 on Twitch, 2 on YouTube it looks like, Banana. So thanks everyone for the views. It's a bit of a longer race tonight, so I appreciate everyone tuning in. Let's see what we can do as we are starting to approach the halfway mark. 10 minutes until the pit stop. Not going to repair the damage, just try and drive without it and see what we can do. We're not losing time to the Aston behind, which is surprising, even though the lap times are going to be rubbish. So we'll see what we can do. Thanks, Banana. It's just on the... obviously the live streams are just when the races are, so whilst we're actually streaming, the viewers are maybe a bit lower, but on the videos and on the stream replays we get a lot more viewers, so it's just one of those things. with the live streams are quite long, so it just depends when I'm streaming. Some streams get more like 10 viewers. It just depends what time it is, what time everyone's free to watch. Oh wow, wow, that is an early pit stop from the BMW. That is very, very early. So let's see what we can do. We've got 6 laps of fuel. See how much this damage holds us up. Hopefully not too much. We are still P5, it's just this damage is giving me quite a bit of understeer, but it's 15 seconds to repair it. I don't think I'll gain 15 seconds. It's already a stretch with the fresh tyres. To see if I gain anything in fresh tyres. But we aren't really losing much time to the Aston Martin behind me, which is good. So hopefully we can stay. Yeah, that is the other that's the other thing, but I don't think the tyres will last. I think we'll lose less time on the fresh damage, on the fresh tyres. But I see what you mean. Fixing the damage would save us time, but I think we would lose more time on the old tyres. Someone died there. Who was that? Oh, we're still P5, so I don't know who that was. Right now I'm running a MSI 3060. This Porsche back marker is faster because I'm struggling a bit. Just go past him, come on.
Car on the left. Clear on the
I
left.
feel like he's going to take me out soon. There goes that gap I had to the Aston. What? $40 minutes. Let's see if we can last on this damage. I'm tempted to get both fresh tyres and fix the damage and just chance it. Because I'll lose time on these tyres and I'll lose time on the damage. I think I'm just going to do both.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the left.
Well, that was a dive bomb that failed. Yeah, let's pit just a few minutes early and come in now.
Car on the left.
I think repair both the damage. Because our championship rival, that Honda, got damage quite badly from the crash, I think. So if we change tyres, which I think a lot of people will be doing, but I think if everyone else is changing tyres as well, we're going to lose too much time with this damage. So let's just pit a bit early, get some fresh tyres on and fix this damage.
Clear on the left.
Not sure what the leaders will be doing. Let's just see what we can do. See, we hadn't got that damage, this would have been fantastic because we were miles ahead of our championship rival. But because we got that damage, it's our championship rival's P21 right now. So this is actually fantastic for the championship, but that damage has really quite affected me.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
But yeah, I think the old tyres are going to cost me time, and the damage is going to cost me time. So just fix both of it, and just hope that a lot of other people pit as well, and that on the fresh tyres and no damage, we are just very, very quick and can make up time. I mean, right now there, Greg Ellis did a 48.9, someone did a 49.9. We can do 45s to low 46s race pace on fresh tyres and no damage. So let's just see how we get on. No pit stop till the end of the race. And let's just see. Ben, I think, is going to move up in the championship because he's going to get another win tonight if all goes well. So it's really just about Adam, because the driver who was P2 in the championship, who missed last race, he's also missing this race. And Adam was leading the championship, so it's really to see where Adam comes out. But yeah, this is a long pit stop. It's just so annoying with the damage. If it was just a tyre change, we would have just been out there, but we've got an extra 16 seconds from this damage, which is a bit frustrating to say the least.
Let's go, go, go.
Because I had nowhere to go. But 80 litres of fuel seems quite a bit extra actually. But oh well. Let's push, 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 push. See what we can do. That's Ben who's leading the race, and he's just 2 seconds behind. So we've lost basically a lap through that pit stop, which is a lot longer than I was expecting. But let's see what we can do. Dean in front of us, currently fastest lap of the race. He was the one that was on pole. He then had that crash, so he's obviously pitted, put fresh tyres and fixed the damage. Oh, the car feels quick. The car feels quick. Fresh tyres and fixed the damage, and it is rotating beautifully. Let's put some quick lap times in and make up this lap time. Be interesting to see how many pit and how many people we come out in front of. But it's going to be near the end of the race that those that don't change tyres will start to lose time. But that extra 15 seconds that we had to repair the damage of was massive, because that's the type of time we wanted to gain using fresh tyres. Because you lose more time changing the tyres, so that's the type of amount of time you really wanted to be making up. But let's see what we can do. Try put some good lap times in. Car feels like it's driving like a dream now, and we've pulled away by about 2 seconds on our outlap from Ben, and he is indeed pitting. So it looks like everyone is pitting, or a lot of people are pitting, instead of going for the full race and tyre and fuel saving. It looks like a number of people are just going for the pit stop. So in actual fact, it's only going to be the extra 15 seconds that we're going to lose. Well, let's just see what the lap times are like. Heading into the night time now, final 35 minutes. Definitely about 10 litres extra fuel, but doesn't matter now. The fuel consumption is about 0.1 of a litre less each lap than what I calculated it at. So I think that's why we've got the extra fuel. But gaining quite quickly on the cars in front. Except from Dean in that Audi, who's quickest on track right now. we are gaining seconds a lap on the car in front. Best lap of our race, that last lap, and it wasn't that great a lap. But we are in clean air, fresh tyres, and no damage. So now we can really push to find the lap time. So I'm on track limit warning, so right now we don't have to worry about track limit warnings, which is nice. Wonder how many people are actually going to go the full race and just fuel and tyre save. Pretty sure that's what Dean was going to do, but he can't because of that crash. So I think he pitted for fresh tyres.
Well done, mate. Personal best.
See, now we can actually put in some good race laps. We were losing so much time at the start of the race with all that battling.
Yellow flag in sector 2.
And it was killing tyres. That's what I was saying, it's great fun racing when you've got so many cars so close together, but you do kill your tyres and lose a lot of lap time. So it's not great if you're trying to play the long game, but for a sprint race that was quite good racing. But we're finding lap time every lap right now, which is good. Just continue to gain on the cars in front. And hopefully that 16 seconds of damage isn't going to mess us up too much. But yeah, we wouldn't have been gaining this much if I hadn't repaired the damage and hadn't been on fresh tyres. That's the problem. Like I say, I think this would have been the perfect strategy if it wasn't for the damage, but we can't help those things, it's racing. Dean's moving quite far up the order now. Gaining less time a lap on the Lamborghini, I think, now. He's starting to find a bit of pace, but we are still gaining quite a bit every lap. But it's no longer the like 2 seconds lap we were gaining. It's probably still around a second, maybe a lap. It's mainly in this middle sector and the final sector. We don't really gain anything in the first sector, because the first sector is just one corner that you actually have to brake for. It's really that middle and final sector that you can actually gain the lap time. This back marker is not making it easy for me to pass him. But where are you gonna go? Okay, thank you.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
A little bit of slide there by me, just on the braking. Okay, so we need those consistent mid 46s to really gain time, because that last lap by him was a 47.6, so we can do a mid 46, then that's a second a lap. But the problem is even if we gained a second a lap on everyone, that's 20 seconds. No, don't have 20s. I don't know how many laps there is. But say there was 20 laps in the second half, that's 20 seconds, and we lost 16 for the damage. Whereas if we didn't have the damage and we were gaining a second a lap, that's when the strategy would have really worked. But it's just one of those things, we couldn't really avoid it. But that is what I was saying at the start of the race, is you do get some pile-ups because the track's so narrow that when there is a crash, the cars just bounce back into the middle of the circuit. You can't really avoid it. Lap 1 was quite good though, it was just everyone was starting to get maybe a bit more aggressive and just a wee bit of a pile up. But if we can catch the 7 gap, there is a big queue of cars about 4 seconds in front of the Lambo. So if we can gain like 10 seconds, we could make up some positions. Okay, so a slow final sector there for us. wasn't great. They're starting to bunch up a bit more in front of us. We've got about 22 minutes to go. Yeah, I lost a little bit of time that lap just with that turn one mistake I made on the last lap. But they are definitely starting to punch up a bit. The gaps are starting to close up in front of us, so hopefully they start battling a bit, which will help us even more to catch up. Oh. Maybe got to start tapping the brakes there now. Bit of understeer with the tyres starting to drop off. Still gaining on the car in front. Just got to watch that the tyres are starting to drop off a little bit, so just need to be a bit more careful in that final sector for the understeer.
Yellow flag, be careful man. Yellow flag in sector 3. There's a slow car ahead.
Oh, it's Dean! We did previously have the lap. He's obviously been pushing to try and make up time after us. He was the one that was in that crash that gave us the damage. He's obviously been pushing to make up lap time, and he's either binned it himself or he's had a crash making an overtake, and he pulls to the side. Obviously either got too much damage or too much tyre heat to defend there, just pulling to the side, so free position there. But it was just after the chicane into the hairpin, so he's either binned it and crashed in the hairpin, like binned it in the chicane and then spun at the hairpin, or he's had a good run through the chicane and he's had contact with someone in the hairpin. But we will have a look at the end of the race what happened to him there. but it's a free position for us now. Did lose a bit of lap time because I backed off quite a bit through that sector because it said yellow flag and I saw him sat at the hairpin. I didn't want him to be sat on the apex as I came round there, so we did lose about like 1.5 seconds that lap, I think, but it was better than coming around the hairpin and meeting someone in the middle of the road and destroying the front of our car again. Now Lamborghini up in front, starting to battle with the BMW, so we can try and get a bit smoother and get back into a rhythm. We can hopefully gain some time, but we have lost a couple seconds just over these last 2 laps. Mistake by me.
Clear on the right.
I think at this point we forget about the Lamborghini and we just try and hold this P10. Get past the Saudi again. Just doesn't want to turn. Got to adjust my braking a bit now that the tyre's dropping off. Yeah, I definitely don't think I would have done this whole race on one tyre set. Tyres are already starting to feel rubbish, and that was with changing them at the 40-minute mark. Very quick drop off with the amount of slides we're having. How am I struggling on tires? I'm just under half an hour on this tire set and I am struggling for understeer and braking. Obviously pushed too hard because I thought that only doing 40 minutes on the tyres I wouldn't need to drive too carefully and that they would last. But there I can't really put my foot down. That was indeed a back marker. Wasn't sure if it would be. Right, so I'm currently losing 2 seconds a lap. Over 2 seconds a lap. After half an hour on this tire set. 2 seconds a lap. After half an hour. I wonder how big the pace drop was if I would try to do the whole race on one set of tyres. I can't believe how big the pace drop was. But I've also not been driving to save tyres because I don't think I would need to. Yeah, I don't know why I think the fuel calculation was off by quite a bit. Because I calculated it at 3.11 and it's only 3.10. But yeah, having slides like that's just killing the tyres. At least we've got a 22-second gap to the car behind us, so hopefully we can just take it easy. But yeah, I knew I was driving a bit. 9.5 minutes left, Zach. I knew I was driving quite aggressively, but I thought that the tyres would manage 40 minutes quite easily. Obviously I completely underestimated how hard I was driving in the tyres. I've just pushed too hard on them, unfortunately. But yeah, 9.5 minutes, so unless someone bins it in front of us, it looks like we will have to settle for P11. A bit disappointing considering we were fighting for the podium at the start, but that accident and well, my tyre management hasn't worked out well. But yeah, we've got just under 9 minutes and we've got just a back marker coming up behind us. Yeah, that's the thing, we had to push hard because there was a massive gap because we had to repair the damage, so we had to push hard, but because I was pushing so hard, it's just killed the tyres. and the pace drop wasn't noticeable in the first stint, I think. Because we were battling pretty much the entire stint, we didn't really get any clean laps. So it was hard to tell how much the pace drop is, whereas now we can really see how much time I'm losing each lap. I mean, that's half a second in the 6/10 just from the first corner. 6/10 of a second in the first corner. That's a huge amount of time. But yeah, we've still got about an 18-second gap to the cars in front, so I'll just try to take it easy for the next couple of laps. It's like just not really getting any rotation from the tyres. The main thing is at least we did try to close the gap, but just one of those things. We are ahead of the championship leader. He's P14 right now though, so that's good. But we've lost so many points this round that I'm not sure we'll keep P2 in the championship. We could lose that, so we'll have to find out. I'll be joining for the spot marker. Definitely need to tap the brakes there because I'm losing too much rotation there to not tap the brakes. Turn. What I am glad though is that I didn't try and do it with no pit stop and just fuel and tyre save, because I cannot turn. I just can't turn at this precise moment in time. How am I losing 5 seconds a lap just now? I don't understand how it's possible to have that big a pace drop. Half a second in the first sector. Only one corner in that. Okay, 2 laps to go after this one. We've lost 20 seconds in a matter of laps to that Audi. Tires seem to be fine for, I'd say, at least the first half hour. It's just like the final 10 minutes, like they're just not really getting any rotation at all. That lap there, 4.5 seconds lost. 4.5 off the delta. It's huge. But there, that was a fairly clean turn 1. Turn 2. Turn 3, and it's just not turning. They're just very, very understeery, and we lose half a second in the first sector, and that's just one braking zone. So I've just over pushed the tyres, trying to close that gap. I've just pushed too hard, and it's just killed the tyres, and I just cannot turn now. Wolf's call. Okay, final lap, just make it to the line without dying. Come on, rotate. Oh, there we go. That was awful to drive. That final like 20 minutes was just horrible to drive on. Just, yeah, horrible to drive. Just felt like the car wouldn't steer. Ah, well. Wow. P1 and P2, both with fastest lap of the race, identical laps. That is quite impressive. Oh well. Severe on the front tires and light grain on the rear. A light blister on the left rear. No wonder I was struggling. I don't know if I've even had but yeah, that was so that's the Porsche that made it through the crash, finished P4. So yeah. I have no idea what the first set was. Might have been... Oh, I have no idea actually. Feeling it was set 10 or 11? Or maybe it was tire set 13. I don't know. But yeah, that second set of tires was definitely the worst. But yeah, P1 and P2 both with identical fastest laps, so that's quite impressive. But yeah, the Porsche that made it through that crash finished P4, who was behind us in the championship going into Suzuka. So you most likely will have overtaken us, but that is a bit disappointing to think that if we'd avoided the damage, maybe we would have gotten a top 5. But let's have a look at the crash. We'll just have a look in the replay at 1 second, just check in Discord chat. Ben said he only ended up with light graining. The Ben that won the race, only light graining. But he was in the Mercedes. But yeah, most people I think pitted for tyres. Oh, that only goes up to lap 7, so we'll have to look at both replays then. So hopefully this has up to lap 7. Goes up to lap 6, so close enough. Right, let's have a look. Well, started P9, finished P11. Was fighting for a podium at one point, so I think the race was good if it wasn't for the crash. So let's just have a look at some of the key moments really. We had T1, which I get bad getaway off the line. The Aston goes down the inside, fair enough. And then I get a good run on the BMW, get the slipstream off the Aston, and the Aston basically pulls me along with his slipstream, and I get around the outside and then the inside of the BMW. Coming onto the straight, all very clean to the chicane, which to be honest I was extremely surprised about. But yeah, I mean everyone was battling. So that Porsche was P10 on the first lap and he finished P4, so he did basically what I was hoping to try and do. But yeah, starting P11, or starting P11 here. So P9 at the moment. Let's have a look through the replay and see where we made up. Any overtakes. Just skip and see if we've got... Oh! Was this the lap with the Aston? What lap was this? Oh, so I passed the Aston here. Because the Aston jumps over the curb, goes wide to save it, and we get past him. And then, so this must be where the Aston died. Oh, so he binned it completely himself. So here, I go far to the right, and I leave him space to follow me. So what happened to the Aston? Let's slow this down. What happened? So I go down the inside, he leaves me space, he just goes way too deep. Look how deep he's going. Even if I wasn't there, he's not making this... Oops. Oops. I apologise, I pressed the wrong button. Even if I'm not here, he's not making this corner, look. He seems to just go far too deep into the corner. He gets sideways and he just loses it on the curb by himself, takes out the Porsche, and a massive side impact there. I want to see what Danny saw there. Was it Danny that just avoided, or who would have just avoided that? I want to see who saw cars bouncing across the track. Oh, that was good avoidance by the Mercedes. What did Danny see? Or Daniel? Oh, that was quite close. So let's look at the second replay for the rest of the race. So let's have a look at the second replay. Let's see what this had it. So starting here we're P9. Let's just skip a couple laps at a time to see, find the laps we can use. Okay, so this was a really good fight actually. So here, following the BMW, that's the Porsche there that we were trying to get ahead of because we're fighting for the championship. He's one of the championship contenders. The BMW made a mistake. I was expecting him to try and outbrake me into the corner and push me wide, but he very fair racing, gives me space on the outside, so that was very clean, very fair. So then in return I give him space going into this left-hander, but he outbrakes himself, goes a bit wide, so I can then close the door. And I'm into P8 at this point, and then how do I get into P7? Oh, it just doesn't update. So that was a move for P7, sorry. It was just the leaderboard not updating properly. Okay, so this is where it all goes pear-shaped. This lap here. So this lap is where he goes from P6 to P3 and I go from P7 to P4. But I think he avoids it with 0 damage and I end up with 16. So I'm not sure if they got put off by that back marker, but something happens in front, everyone dies, and look, the Audi rejoins, and the Audi spins and hits the brake, so I have to go left. The BMW hits back at me, but see, if Adam had stayed on the left, I would have been able to avoid him. I understand he was just trying to get back on the track, but see, if he had held his brakes, I would have just gone wide. See here, I only go about that much off the track, so if he hadn't been rejoining, we wouldn't have gotten any damage. We would have just got the little bit of damage on the rear from the BMW hitting me. That's a bit annoying actually. Because we have basically, if we slow this down, right, we avoid the majority of the accident. Because this is all I can see, right? So I see these all crashing out, and then the Audi's spinning back onto the track. So I have to go left, hit the brakes, and then I get punted into the BMW. So hate to say it, but that was a bad rejoin by Adam, because as you can see, even if I hadn't left the track, he's rejoining onto the track. Yeah, that's a difficult one. Have a look at it from Adam's point of view, but if he hadn't been rejoining, we wouldn't have went into the back of him. Let's have a look at the view from everyone's aspect. So this is obviously chase cam. So here, this Porsche, the seats just parted for him. BMW, what happened to him? BMW, he was kind of an innocent bystander there. Yeah, Honda goes in front of the BMW. BMW's just kind of innocent there. He couldn't really do anything to avoid that at all. We'll look at the Honda in a minute because I think it's the Audi that causes this. So the Audi's fighting to hold P3. Comes in here completely offline. Yep, completely offline. He takes too much curb here, bumps up the rear of his car, he loses control, gets hit by the Honda, holds his brakes, which is what he did what he could to avoid that crash. So I'm not annoyed at him for coming back onto the circuit, because as soon as he gets hit by the Honda, he holds his brake. So that's all he could do to avoid that, was hold his brakes. But I want to see what happened with Adam, if he could have avoided that rejoin. See here, he can do anything. If he had stayed to the left, yeah, he starts rejoining. Obviously, that wouldn't have been the usual racing line, but because there's just been a crash, I'm on that line, and he has rejoined in front of us. So yeah, just a bad race, to be honest, overall. But that was massive damage. I think that was the main parts of the race there that I wanted to check what happened. What happened with that Aston? He binned it by himself, and what happened with there? Yeah, that's just a bit annoying. We can't see the set of tyres, only on the stream replay. Unfortunately, it doesn't show this tyre set on the replay. I don't know why. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for today. But yeah, next stream will be for races, will be Friday this week. Hopefully we'll get another stream in at some point with some practicing and that. But the next race will be on Friday, and hopefully we'll get some other streams in before then. But yeah, big thank you guys for watching the race. Was hoping for a bit of a better result, but just one of those things. At least we had some good battles at the start of the race, getting up to P4 and fighting for the podium. Just got a bit unlucky with that crash, but there was some good overtakes, some good battles. Was just a bit unlucky with the pile up. But as always guys, big thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed, and see you again next time.